Good morning, folks. Ann here. I'm out in the forest. I'm at the foothill of the mountain that I have been saying that I want to climb. I want to be able to make it to the top of this mountain. It's called Cane Mountain by the end of the summer. Now, I'm going to do a little climb today. I don't know how far I'm actually going to make it. I might make it 5 minutes. I might make it 10 minutes. I might make it 20 minutes. I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of talking. I am going to be breathing pretty heavy, so don't get concerned because I'm not going to overdo it. If I feel like I can't breathe, I'm going to slow down or turn around and come back. And I do have my protection, and I'm very happy that there are some other cars out here. I just seen a lady with her 2 dogs. And so this is my first training to be able to make it to the top of the fire tower. Now, as you can see with this sign, there's other trails that go off this way, but I won't be doing that now, but I used to do that many years ago. I loved that trail, particularly out this way, because it wasn't quite so steep, but I always did love Cane Mountain. So, I'm gonna be switching back and forth because it's 8:30 in the morning. It's 71 degrees. It's a Wednesday. I leave for my camping trip tomorrow, and I'm gonna be switching the camera back and forth from front view to a view with me in it. And the only way I can do that is stop the clip, stop the recording, and then start a new recording. So I'm hoping that's all gonna go together pretty good. So it might not be as smooth, but I'm going to try to do that. So we'll start out with me in the picture. And here we go. And it looks pretty dry, but the very first part of this is pretty steep, folks. And I do have my protection, like I said, and I have my water. Oh, it's so cool. And it smells so nice back in here. I just love it. They put an outhouse in here. That wasn't here years ago. So I'm going to be looking down a lot. And like I said, let me just show you what I'm going to climb at the very beginning here. If you can get an idea. I know the camera doesn't give a good idea, but that's pretty steep for a kid like me, folks. Well, I'm going to go slow. Oh, I have my hiking boots on. Oh, it's bringing back so many wonderful memories. Like I said, I'm not going to be talking a lot. I'm going to be looking down and making sure that I don't trip. And don't worry if I'm breathing heavy, because actually that's what I want to do. I want to have that aerobic, oxygen. I'm beat. Okay, let's go. I'm kidding, folks. Oh, I love being out here. Look at this. Just look at it. I love it. Okay. My mother climbed this at 70 years old. She climbed this with the rest of us, with a bunch of us kids. We were so proud of her. Boy, I tell you though, when you haven't done this for years and years, well, you feel it. This is exactly what my lungs need. I try to keep my breathing steady, folks. If I feel anything in my chest or anything that doesn't feel normal, I'll turn around. I know this is not very exciting, but this is my journey, folks, up this mountain. Hopefully to the top, the end of the summer, on the top of the fire tower, overlooking some beautiful lakes. See what I just came up? And I still am climbing. Oh, it's so beautiful out here. I need to stop and rest. It's the only way I could do it. Actually, I'm not panting that bad. And I'm not going to get myself in a point where I'm panting anyway. Because that becomes anaerobic. You want to be able to breathe. Basically, where you could still talk comfortably. You want to be breathing a little heavy, but you want to be able to talk comfortably. That's what they say. You don't want to be in a, it's called anaerobic, I think. It is. I remember that. If you get to a point where you're not breathing or you're gasping, you're in an anaerobic state. Look at these rocks. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on the other way. My boots. My hiking boots. I love them. It felt so good putting them on. Just like old times. Good morning. Whoa, did you make it to the top?
We did.
Good for you. I don't think I'm going to make it that far.
Yeah, it's still a nice walk.
Yeah, I love it here.
Good exercise. Oh,
It
you're
is.
taking, oh, you're in it. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Whew. Those people made it to the top. I don't think you could really get an idea of the steepness to this. But it's pretty steep, folks. See, I like it when there's people around every now and then. Now at the top of this, when I do finally make it, I'll turn it back on me, folks. Or no, let me get to the top of this here hill. But there's the fire tower, and there's also a cabin that the fire watchers used to stay in. And it's kind of neat. So I'll be showing you that. So all these little twigs and rocks. You really got to watch what you're doing here, because it'd be very easy to trip over one of these twigs. Wow. Boy, did I let myself go. This mountain actually prepared me for a marathon, a 15K marathon in Utica. And I used to come here 3 or 4 times a week and train for it. And I made that marathon. It was the first marathon I ever ran. And I made it in 2.5 hours, non-stop. What a thrill that was. I'll never forget it. So this is quite a workout. Okay, it does level out for a few minutes here, where it's not quite so steep. So I'll flip it back around. Hi! Still here. I'm not even sure where the half point is. I have like a 40-foot level area, and then I start climbing again. Now I want to make sure that I don't go too far, folks, because I need to get back down. And getting down is easy, but you know, I got to make sure I don't overdo it. I still have a lot of work to do today. I got my protection. But with people coming back and forth over here, you know, hopefully there's no bears around. They scare off. We mostly have black bears in the Adirondacks. In fact, that might be all we have is black bears. And they're very timid themselves. So, and we don't hear of bear attacks around here. But they say if you startle a mother with its cubs, you might be in for trouble. And you just never know. I don't want to run into a bear. I don't care what color it is. I don't want to see a bear. But I never used to worry about it too much because, like I said, this is a populated trail. Even during the week, you see people. Trying to decide how much further to go. I'm already thinking that because I don't want to be so sore that my camping trip suffers because of it. You know, I don't want to be in pain. And with that thought, folks, I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't even think I should go any further. You know, this has been a workout for me. I know going down is easier, but you got to watch your step and be alert and focus on it. I know this wasn't a thrilling video, but folks, I'm going to start a series, and this is part 1. So let's get a landmark. Our landmark for the see that? Our landmark for the next video that I have to go farther next week sometime. And it's going to be this tree. Oh, wait. This tree right here. See how this tree is cut off right here? Let me get out a little further. I'm trying. See, it's been trimmed. See it? The top of it's been cut off. So we'll have that as our landmark. And it's right past this. It's just past this big boulder that's on the trail. It's on the right side. So when I come the next time, I will be climbing this next section, if you could see it over there. Let's see. Boy, it's hard to... There's another... Let me get over here to show you. There's another steep section that goes on over here, and I'm not going to do it today. So, I'm going to head back slowly. And, when I come next week, I got to go farther than this stump right here. This tree. And, it's not even a full mile to get to the top, but it's a lot of climbing. And it's something you got to do gradually. I hope this is a good example for all of you that are starting slow. Don't push it. And I'm not going to push it because it's not going to do me any good to, I could take my breaks and I could make it all the way to the top probably if I took the whole afternoon. But that's not the idea of this. The idea of this, folks, is to build your muscles gradually and your oxygen and, and I think I did all right for the first day. So, I know it's not exciting, but just listen to the peacefulness. I think I hear a car in the distance, but I used to be able to go so fast, but I'm happy just that I can get out and do what I did today. It's thrilling. This is where I love to be, in the woods like this, and working out and building up a sweat. Although I didn't really sweat. But eventually, as the summer goes on, I'll be sweating and I'll be going, well, I'm not going to try to go fast or I'll hurt myself, but maybe I won't have to take so many breaks. We should celebrate the day that I make it to the top. See, now, like I said in the previous video, over next to when I was over there at the Knoxfield school track, and I was walking those stairs, and I said that you should always turn a little sideways and not go straight down, walking downstairs or down a mountain, because if you walk straight down, it's harder on your knees. It puts a lot of pressure on your knees. So what I do, I just go back and forth like I just did. Good morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful out here today.
It is.
So I think it takes a lot of pressure off the the knees, I heard. And it does feel better going sideways. Good morning. Enjoy your hike.
Mhm.
I hear a dog down there. These people might be looking at me thinking, and this is the way I used to think, but I guess I still think it. They're probably saying, what's that old fat lady doing climbing this mountain? No, I don't think they're saying that. They're all nice people. But our old ways, that's how we think. Maybe not all of us, but I did. Always self-conscious. And I didn't get rid of it because I just thought it again. My big old belly bouncing around. But I'm on the right track, and that makes me happy. And it gives me confidence, and I'm doing all right. I'm not dwelling on things like that, They come into my mind, and then they're gone. And they don't come in my mind often, because I'm finding out that most people are generally great people. Because of the few that are not, we have to just disregard those people that are not nice people. I have no idea how long. It's taken me longer to get down, folks, and I'll tell you why. Probably because I'm yapping my mouth a lot, and also because, going down is dangerous. Let me show you where I'm climbing down. Right through a bunch of rocks and whoa. Boy, I tell you what, too. That's another thing. This is probably great for your balance. But when I get on that walking pad that I have at home, if I don't hold on to something when I'm on that walking pad, I'm not balanced good. So that's why, folks, this was perfect. I didn't go too far, because even going down, you're using a whole new set of muscles, and your muscles are keeping you from going forward real fast. I could feel the difference in my muscles going down. I see the parking lot, so I'm almost there. Boy, that wasn't a long hike, folks, but I knew it wasn't going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be, but I'm just happy that I got started. I don't know what it was this morning. I woke up and it was cooler, and because I had 3 days that I didn't walk, my legs felt rested. And I got this idea, this incredible urge to get out here and start this. And so I'm glad I did. And I'm going to head up to my camp. I got to drop some things off. I got to finish packing the car for the camping trip. And then I'm going back down to the apartment, and I'll be meeting my sister down there tomorrow, and we'll go up to the campground together. I'll follow her. She has a camper and a big van, so I'll stay close by behind and make sure we get up there safe. And then we have other family members coming up off and on. We're going to be sitting out on the boat watching the fireworks on Saturday night. Oh, no bugs out here. Last night on that porch, I was getting eaten alive. Good morning.
Good morning.
I hear a dog that just can't wait to get
I
up
know,
here.
right?
Yep. He is. He's looking this way too. Probably loves it up here. They do keep the dogs on the leash when they're on this trail because it's so populated. And I think you're supposed to, but I know I have had dogs on this trail come running up to me and it would scare me. I love dogs though. But you just never know, you know, a dog's temperament. I'm almost out, folks. I'm gonna cut it out, cut it down. Thank you for joining me on my first hike to the Cane Mountain. We made it a little ways, and I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.